Hi, this is Carly, and I just got a surprise in the mail. My new item that I ordered, it is a ultralight backpack kayak paddle for the ultralight pack raft that I bought recently. So I'm gonna check it out. See, hopefully it weighs a bit less than I have an aluminum, like an Intex aluminum kayak paddle. I believe this is supposed to weigh like only half as much or half a pound less, something like that. So I'm gonna get it out and put together and see how it feels, and then I'm gonna try it out tomorrow on a little lake in the mountains. Okay, so you can see I've got the paddle here in its bag, and I did take it out and test it. So we're gonna talk all about it. Uh, so it's pretty cool how they have this pack bag for it, which is about 2 feet long or just under 2 feet, right around 2 feet long, which isn't super short, but it makes it a lot easier to pack than say if you have a two-piece paddle and each piece is like 3 or 4 feet long. Obviously, this is a lot easier. So let's take it out, and this bag is mesh, by the way, like nylon on one side, mesh on the other side, so it won't trap water, and it's very light. Okay, so as you can see, it's a good looking paddle. Now, some people were complaining that the actual ends of the paddle are not optimally shaped. You can see it's not rounded on the end, and it's not like some paddles where it's kind of lobed, but one side is deeper or shaped differently than the other for optimal paddling. So no, it's not perfect in that regard. But for its purposes, I don't think it matters. I went out to a pond and I was paddling around fishing, and the kind of perfect place for this, it's about a 3 acre pond or something. I don't know exactly how big it is, but fairly small. It's only about like 80, maybe 100 feet across, but I don't think it's even that much. I think it's only like 70 or 80 feet across at the widest part. And so, it was perfect. I was bass fishing in this little pond near the mountains and catching tons of little bass. So, this is what the paddle looks like. Now, what I want to show you, this would be hard to do with my iPhone with one hand, but I love the sound it makes. It sounds ridiculous, but when you snap the two pieces together, it sounds really cool. And these are aluminum, by the way, lightweight aluminum. This beautiful, like gunmetal kind of color. Looks like brushed metal or whatever. Lightweight, but I'm gonna attempt to do this one-handed, just so you can hear. I just love the sound it makes. I love that sound, the way it snaps together so crisply. Uh, but you can see it's a good looking paddle, it's lightweight, it worked fine for me. Now, with my 6 pound pack raft and me and some fishing gear, right around 200 pounds of weight, which, for a boat is, considering now they have some new fishing kayaks that weigh close to 200 pounds. 200 pounds for a boat and the person and the gear and the paddle. That's not bad at all. And this paddle had no problem paddling me in that little pond. Now, it did have at times, it felt like there was a little bit of play. It wasn't entirely rigid, although after a while I didn't notice that anymore. I don't know if it's just because I got used to it or something changed with the paddle, or I was just too involved in catching fish. But I did notice it at first. It feels a little tiny bit, what's the word, not wobbly, but like the metal pieces, had a tiny bit of play between them when you're paddling. Okay, you can hear that. You can't really see it, but if you push laterally on the paddle. Okay, there is a little bit of play and a little bit of sound there. So some people apparently don't like that, or may think that it's not good enough quality because of that. But for me, it was fine considering what this cost. I got it on sale for, was it $30 or $40? With tax and shipping from Amazon, I think the total was just under $50 for that. For a pound and a half paddle, I think is really good. And like I said, it worked fine, even if the ends of the paddles are not, the most optimal shape possible and all that. I had no problem whatsoever paddling myself in my little raft around a pond to catch fish. And like I said, even that little bit of movement between the segments in the middle, after a while, I didn't notice it. So I think for most people, if you're looking for something very lightweight and packable, portable, this will be just fine, especially at the price. Now, I didn't check out any more expensive ones. I'm sure there's some carbon fiber paddles that weigh even less. But for this advanced elements, lightweight, packable paddle, I think it's great. And I think most people who are looking for something like this would be just fine with it.